This is Deck Brewer Jr., the man Austin police say matches up with the DNA from the sexual assault and murder of Susan Lee Wolf in 1980. The renewed push to find Susan's killer began again last year when cold case detectives submitted a sample to the DPS crime laboratory, which found it suitable for testing.
What originally occurred to me is, as fantastic a story as this is, and we're seeing a glut of cold cases that are decades old being solved through a variety of new methodologies, is why the DNA was not recovered and compared back in 98, 99, 2000 when the DNA data bank went online.
Michael Arnfield is a cold case expert at Western University in Ontario. He says it's possible investigators did not have a lot of the sample.
Until recently, with improvements in DNA technology, a considerable amount of DNA was required in order to be uploaded to the system or to be compared one-to-one.
I reached out to Austin police for an interview, but they declined. In Massachusetts, investigators talked to Brewer, who admitted he was in Austin and San Antonio around the time of the murder. When they told him they had DNA linking him to a murder, he asked for an attorney. I talked to a cold case detective about this murder nearly a decade ago. Detective Jay Swan told me in 2015 that Wolf had been kidnapped, then sexually assaulted, strangled, and shot.
It was a very violent attack. There was very obvious signs of trauma.
And there's a lot of anger in this murder, right? Because anytime you see a murderer abduct someone, in public, there's a lot of anger typically in that offender. So I would not be at all surprised if other victims aren't linked to him.
That's Joe Kennedy, a former NCIS cold case detective.
A lot of departments, don't have the luxury of supporting cold cases due to the lack of manpower, resources, et cetera. But looks like they did a great job in getting this killer off.
But police are still looking for one more person who a witness said was in the car at the time of the murder.
He said it was a 1970 Dodge Polara.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.